No, Mr. Jones. It can take up to 4 weeks before you receive any leads. Because there aren't that many jobs available right now. It's called a recession. Perhaps you've heard of it. No? Well, try staying conscious for a few minutes. I'm sure someone will mention it. We don't know when, Mr. Jones. That's why we ask you to give it a few weeks. Well, I suppose you could try calling everyone who's already waiting and see if they mind your jumping to the front of the line. Oh, excellent. Well, we'll send those 25 million names right along. Please hold. All right. Form.
Human.
Oh, wonderful. A comedian. Nothing an underpaid social worker likes more on a Friday afternoon than someone dishing out crap while asking for help. What's that? No, never mind. Yes, just fill it out myself for you, shall I? Here we are. Name.
Set.
Seth?
Set.
Set?
Yes.
As in game match set?
I don't know what that
No,
means.
spell it.
S.
Yes?
E.
Yes, yes.
T.
Look, I don't have all day here.
H.
S-E-T-H.
Yes, that's right.
It spells Seth. I said that, and you said...
Set.
Right. Anyway, Set. Last name.
Yes.
Your last name is Yes. Your Set Yes.
Yes. Set.
Are you screwing with me or what? You are, aren't you? Are you seriously telling me that your first name is Yes and your last name is Set?
No.
Look, this isn't 20 questions, Set. Is that your first name or your last name?
It hasn't changed.
Right. Oh, great, great. All righty. Let's try it this way. What does your wife call you when you're in big trouble?
What does Nephthys call me when...
When she's angry, yes, you know. Get in here right now, Oliver Wendell Jenkins.
Usually she just calls me Set. Or husband. Or brother. Sometimes she calls me Little Jackal Tushy when I really...
Stop. TMI. Way too much. Your wife calls you brother?
Well, she is my sister.
As in, you have the same parents' sister? Like she's... You know what? Never mind. I don't need that to complete the form. Forget I asked. So, you don't go by any other name?
Well, sometimes people have called me Set the Destroyer.
Oh, excellent. You're a celebrity, aren't you?
In a manner of speaking.
Are you one of those rap artists? Here. Sign that. It's for my sister's kid. Loves all that crap. Make it out to Andy. Anyway, let's get on with this. Place of birth.
I sprang from the forehead of Nut and fell to the earth in what you would call the year...
Of course you did. Who didn't these days? All right, New York. That's where you find most nuts. Previous employer.
Excuse me?
Previous employer. You know, who hired and fired you.
I'm not following.
Who's been sending you paychecks? Forget it. Forget it. It's too late on a Friday for this. I'm going on break. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. 25 minutes ago. Right as Mrs. Trundle insisted on showing pictures of her late cat.
But he's...
If you make me cover for your sorry ass one...
But he's...
Carl!
Fine. Okay, Mr. Set, with no previous employer. What kind of skills do you have?
Well, in the early dynastic period, I used to distribute love. But then after
Are you telling me that you were a gigolo?
I don't...
Are you seriously trying to claim unemployment benefits for losing a job as a gigolo? Look, if anyone should understand the subtleties of the phrase laid off, I think it would be you. Now, I'm trying to help, but I can't very well write down gigolo on the form, can I? So for God's sake...
Yes?
Do you have any other marketable skills?
Well, back in those days, I was responsible for the sun rising each morning. But I haven't done that in quite a while.
Yes, I'm sure that's what all the ladies told you, but there's no need to brag about it.
I don't think you understand.
I understand perfectly, Mr. Set. Our jobs aren't really all that different, are they? We both get fucked on a daily basis. Only I amass huge student loans for the privilege. And no one says thank you afterwards.
I really made the sun rise. I would pull it up into the sky and then push the moon...
Right, good to know. Let's just keep it off the form, though, shall we? We'll call that Plan B and jot it down here on this parking ticket that I got over lunch. All right. Have you got anything else?
Well, after I murdered Osiris, my responsibilities shifted into...
Hang on, Buttercup. Rewind a bit. Did you just say that you murdered someone?
Osiris, my brother.
You're a felon? Great. Just great. You know, that's something you might have mentioned from the get-go. It's a totally different form for that. Right. When were you released?
Released?
Yes, released. Like a movie. You're released into the theaters, and then on opening weekend...
Theaters?
Judy deliberately puts all you nut jobs in my line, doesn't she?
Nut was my mother, and
Of course she was, yes. I swear, if you get to bring potato salad to a pot one time... No, Mr. Set. Not theaters. That was a joke. Released from prison. When were you released from prison?
I've never been to prison.
Didn't you just say that you killed your brother?
Osiris, yes. I tricked him into getting into a box, and then I locked it up and threw it into the Nile. We haven't gotten along very well since then.
Oh, no kidding.
Even after ISIS reassembled him, it's been...
All right, let's just concentrate on the form, shall we? Job skills.
Well, ever since that happened, I've mostly just focused on chaos, storms, and war.
Look, it's been a long day at the end of a long week, and I don't have time for this. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and there's still 14 people behind you who are waiting.
There you go.
Just a moment. Jackie, could you come in here for a moment? I really need...
I am not going to tell you again, Carl. I've got my own caseload to handle, and Jack and I have our Friday night date night tonight. I can't solve every little problem for you, so unless you want to get written up again, I suggest... Now called janitorial services.
So,
Yes.
Do you have any letters of reference or recommendation from previous employers?
I don't have any previous employers.
I see.
Frankly, up until this year, I was doing just fine. Now, though, I'm having trouble finding work. Everything seems to be on fire or in complete mayhem by the time I can even get there. So,
yeah, it's been a tough time all around, hasn't it?
Yes. So, can you help me?
Well, honestly, it's like you said. There just isn't a lot of call right now for more chaos or storms or mayhem in general. Would you be okay with something a little more low key?
Low key. I'm Egyptian, not Norse.
Maybe something like gardening.
Yes, well, I used to ensure that the sun rose each morning.
Yes, you said that. But as fate would have it, we just filled that position last Thursday. I was thinking more like a watering plants or...
I think I could handle that. Yes?
What I had in mind was something a little more localized. Maybe just a flower box, or could you maybe turn it off for a bit? Okay. Okay. We can write that down as weather forecasting. Sure. Forecasting. Anything else? No, just describe it in a few words. No need to demonstrate.
I can transform into a hippopotamus.
A hippo.
Or a griffin.
Okay. Well, I think that's employable.
So you've got something for me?
Well, unfortunately, there is a short line of about 25 million people who... just, I think, yes, yes, I think I have something that just might work. Yes, yes. Here we are, Barnum and Bailey. They've been struggling and could use something new. Yes, you did say that you could transform into animals, right? Yes, right. Good. Well, I think this would be an excellent fit.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Whew. Right. I'm ready for the next person in line. Oh. Right. Mr. Jones, thanks for holding. Of course, I understand how frustrating it is to be put on. Yes, well, we almost have that list assembled. Oh, what's that? You're breaking up, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones, are you there? I'm sorry, we really need to get these phones fixed. Hello, Mr. Jones. Jackie, yes, I'm taking off early.
Don't you dare!
Oh, sorry, I can't hear you very well. You said you don't care.
If you leave now,
These phones are really terrible, aren't they? Definitely need to get them fixed. Well, see you on Monday.